Hush kitty. Want to say hi? Alright, welcome back. I am officially calling this project done. Everything is up and operational, as you will see. I'll take you on a tour of what I've completed. I've had a lot of help, so what we've completed. And it is definitely gratifying. It was a whole lot of work. I got injured a bunch, but hey, it was worth it. So let me take you on a tour. Alright, we'll start on this end. Freed up enough space, and then in the winter time I'll be able to put the snow machine over here. Snow blower, I'll just move the trash can over when the snow blower's here. Sprinkler system's still able to be accessed. I got my drill press back there because I barely use it. Here we have pod 4. Pod 4, as you will see, is the Martian bell. And look, it's Plasma Works. Inside, all the screens work. Everything's up and operational. Over here, well, we have the Drac symbol hidden back there. Over here we have pod 3. Pod 3, again, everything works. Main screen, everything works. And even, look, Plasma Works. I did add a fan up top. I'll try and get you to see, but I added a fan to vent the main screen. Here's where I keep the spare tables. I keep the chairs on back here. The gaming days. Over here we have pods 1 and 2. I do have the spare main up here. 2 of the secondaries that I yanked out that do not work up here, I'll have to dispose of them. This is pod 2, which is now Calamity Jane. You can see I have the Davion and the Merrick symbols over here. Down here, everything works. All screens, and it works. So that one's up and running. Pod 1, which is my pod, Sarcophagus. All screens up and running. Bang bang. There's a mighty AC-20 that didn't make a sound. Wow. Alright. Anyway, these 2 plasmas do not work at the current moment. Over here, my chainsaw. Alright, so let's look at the primary workbench. I have my Jade Falcon stuff. This is a metal cutout that buddy Jeremy, who goes by Anubis, cut out for me and I painted. He did it with a plasma. All my nuts and bolts, miter saw, kitty, went inside. Bye-bye. Anyway, miter saw, it works really well because it almost lines up perfectly with the workbench. It's off by about an inch is all. Here we have my first bit of shelving, which houses a whole lot of the pod parts. Here's the console mission review. I do have it plugged in over here. These shelves are hung up with 5 of the brackets. Each one is into a stud. Each one has 4 really long, they're like that long bolts that I pre-drilled. They can hold a whole lot of weight. Attic entrance. So I put the attic in. As you'll see, works perfectly fine. Did the metal ladder, and I did the trim around both. Our score sheet is over here right now. I'll probably be moving this to the front of the cabinet. My brother's going to make me new doors so I don't have to use the louvers, the old window shutters. I have my original call sign name plate. It's actually a street sign. It is really thick. It's pure metal, old virtual wolf clock in the P38 parking. Table saw, chainsaw. I do have the Lao down here. I haven't figured out where I'm going to put it yet. And I have my Steiner banner that I will do as well. One of the things that I did that I'd like to do to all pods is up here. So you can see I drilled a hole saw and it is blowing up. It is actually venting the main screen up and out. So being that the main screens are still CRTs, they generate a whole lot of heat. And I wanted to vent to hopefully save some of the life on them. And I'm going to end up doing that to all of them. Right now I only did it to number 3 because I had its main screen out. I'm trying to find the capacitors so I can do my other 3 mains and probably the spare. That way they all are nice and pretty and crisp. If not, I'm still trying to find a low refresh 17-inch non-widescreen LCD. Keith sent me this monstrosity down here. which is a 17-inch CRT that weighs a ridiculous amount and will not fit in there. So now I have to figure out how to dispose of that. This was a huge project. Oh, the other thing is I do have my propeller up there. I'll eventually be refurbishing that. I'm going to sand it down and stain it. It is wood, and probably make it look like a World War I propeller. Figured that would be kind of cool. So this project was pretty big. It is now Thursday. I think it's the 28th. It has been a little over a week and a half, and I am done. Everything went together very smoothly. What helped with this was I bench tested, prior to bringing in these two pods, all the MFDs and button boards and screens and PCs prior. So it literally was just clean out the two pods, wire them up, make sure all the wiring was good, the fans worked, and then pop in the components. And it went very smoothly. I ended up getting the two pods up and running yesterday on Wednesday. They were both at 100%, and it didn't go near as smooth for the first two pods. I think that's because I already knew all the components worked. No pinch ribbon cables, no power fluctuations. I didn't have to ghost the PCs. All I did was delete the old folders and followed Elswin's instructions on upgrading to Red Planet, and it worked perfect. They fit in here wonderful. My truck still fits in here. I got everything accomplished that I wanted. It feels wonderful in here. The insulation really makes a difference. It is, in the daytime, it was like 86, 87 the other day, and I had both the garage door and the side door open to the garage, and there was a nice breeze blowing in, pods running, and it was really comfortable in here. It's like walking from the house in. It is really nice. I'm going to try and figure out where I can put the AC unit. I'm thinking I'll put it in the side door here, right there. I'll probably make a frame pop out. That's just a plexiglass window, which I will eventually upgrade because you can see I've got a giant lock on it. I'll probably pop that out, put the AC unit in there, and that way it keeps it nice and cool. In the wintertime, I do have two space heaters that I'll put in here, and with the insulation, it should be really comfortable in here. Already, with the doors closed and the pods running, they do generate a good amount of heat, so it does warm up pretty quickly. And we'll see when I have parties and whatnot. I'll just open up both doors. We'll have the barbecue going. I'm planning on having everybody by this Saturday, a first group, and we'll get some good first team games in, give the pods their first shakedown, make sure that everything is working, that there's no major lag, and look for any bugs, because I'm sure there's still a few gremlins that'll appear. So, with that, I'm going to sign off. Thank you for coming with. I didn't really run into too many major issues. I did have a couple button boards that don't play well with others on the ribbon cable, so I'll have to check the chips on that and make sure that everything's fine. But I went ahead and labeled those. But alright, thanks for tuning in. Please let me know if you own any of these and you're running into any issues. I can help you solve it. 30 seconds. And I'll be happy to run through how I fix a lot of the things. If you're curious about any of these variants or anything, I do now have 1,041 variants in here. I added every clan mech, and I added the 2750 Star League because it's really funny to play in the pods with single heat sinks and whatnot, and large laser will shut you down. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Have a good day.